Hello everyone, this is Scar and welcome to the review of the 1-144 high-grade Universal Century Banshee Norn Destroy Mode from the last episode of Gundam Unicorn. And I love this kit. I wasn't originally so big on the Banshee because I didn't like how it had always these busy hands with the claw and the cannon on the other one, but with the Banshee it definitely has grown on me to the point of becoming one of my favorites, though that might be also because of the pilot, because that was one of my favorite characters. So yeah, for colors you get this really nice dark blue and a pretty nice clear orange. You can clearly see it there on the knee, and some dull gold / orange for the horns and these spots on the back, and some stickers. You get a black one on the forehead, 2 on the shoulders, some golden ones to put on the legs, which I didn't really bother applying because it didn't look that great to me. And also these golden thingies on the back are stickers. They kind of match the off gold though, so no big deal. What I don't understand is this orange stripe in the middle, which doesn't fit with anything, but hey, what can you do? It's still pretty nice. So yeah, that's it for color separation. Let's go a bit with the articulation. The head moves up and down, forward and backward, and also rotates. It would rotate 360, but the horns bump into these things on the back, so yeah, I'm not really willing to force it. The articulation is there though. Shoulders move up and down at the shoulder themselves, not really forward and backward a lot, but still enough amount. The arms rotate 360 before they bump into these things on the back. Rotate below the shoulder, bend at the elbow, 90 degrees forward and also 9 backward if you want to pretend his arm is broken for some reason. And also, different from the Unicorn mode, the Destroy mode has a fully extendable, tonfa. Well, these beam saber thingies. So yeah, they fall right back, and with the Unicorn mode it's stuck like that. Hands are on ball joints, so they rotate and would also wiggle just a tiny bit because they are very tight in there. Then the torso moves forward and backward a little bit, side to side also a little bit. It's more like a wiggling motion than an actual articulation. Rotates all the way around. And then before going to the legs, let me show you the backpack. These things should be stationary, but they do wiggle a little bit forward and backward. I'm not sure why, maybe I'm the one doing something wrong, but the peg seems not to be all the way in the hole. So yeah, that might be because of that. And also these little flaps wiggle forward and backward. And also something I noticed, and I can't really think of any reviews that show it, to the point that I'm not even sure it's supposed to do that. These things on the back can be closed, and also, oh please focus. Don't go out of focus, please. Please? Maybe? Okay, I think we are there. So, these things can open up and they pull up a thruster. So, I always saw reviews where they were plain open like that, but so I'm not sure it's supposed to, but it goes so smooth that makes me think it is supposed, because when they're flat the thruster is down, and when you pull them up the thruster comes up, so it really looks like it's supposed to. So yeah, there's that. They are kinda loose though, especially the right one. Now, for other skirts, the side skirt do move out of the way a little bit, but the leg's on a ball joint, so it's not really helpful for articulation. Front skirts move out of the way pretty far to have the leg kicking forward pretty far. backward, not quite. Knees are double jointed and behold! Yep, 90 degrees bend, more or less. And the feet can move forward and backward, side to side a little bit, well actually quite a lot. Rotate all the way around, just be careful of all the armor. This flap moves up and down just a tiny bit, it's very tight in there. And so yeah, that's it. It has some pretty nice articulation, I gotta say. It's quite an old mold. Not that old, but it's still pretty old. I think the original one was from 2008. So yeah, there's that. But still, it has some pretty nice articulation. And also, do you want to talk about the detail? It is pretty awesome. This is one of the best kits out there, I'd say. Even recognizing all of his flaws. So, for accessories. First one, you get a trigger finger hand, which I have now attached to the beam magnum. And yeah, so, and also the big magnum has this thing under it, and let me remove this thing. You see this has 3 holes, and this is because this is the one that fits with this thing, which will be the bayonetta. But there is one that has just 2 holes, so in case you don't want to do the bayonetta thing. So yeah, I saw something falling apart. It was the barrel. So let me get the beam effect part that fits in there. And I didn't think it was so long. It's almost like the size of one of those old high-grade Universal Century 1/144 beam sabers. So yeah, fits right in there. No problem there, and it looks pretty awesome. I love it. And speaking of beam sabers, you get 2 there and 2 there. I removed them because they kept on falling apart. They are held there just by friction, and on mine they don't want to stay on. They keep falling apart, especially the right one. They are really a mess, so I just removed them and left on a box. They are exactly the same as these ones. I didn't want them to get lost, so yeah. They suffer from the usual problem with unicorn beam sabers, which is hands are a little bit too big. But I found if you put them on an angle, I mean, if you put them like this, they kind of get stuck in there. Let me try and do it. Oh, come on. It worked before. Of course, on camera it doesn't work. Yeah, like that. So maybe that's how you were supposed to put them in? I don't know. Well, it works if you want to try. You just have to fiddle with them a little bit to find the right angle. Let me plug it back in. But with the Norn, it's not gonna be an issue whatsoever, because even though you get 4 beam saber handles, you don't get any clear pink beam effect parts. I mean, come on. I tried the Strike Rouge beam sabers in there, and the new beam sabers, the longer type for 1/144, fit perfectly with a Banshee, and they would have been awesome with this model kit. But hey, they decided this thing was enough. So yeah, who am I to complain? Okay, so another accessory you get. Oh, also you get ammo for the Magnum. Stores right here, a bit loose, but it's there. And also you get an extra thing that also plugs on the back skirt. This one is really stiff, isn't going really anywhere. And then you get, well, let me get rid of the useless ones first. You get this thing, which is the connector that the Phoenix unicorn used. So you can plug 2 shields in there. Not really gonna do it. I don't really like the Phoenix. But yeah, it's there. Then you get 2 different connectors. One for shields, one for the arm, that plugs right there, as usual, and one for the backpack, which plugs right there. And this is the awesome Norn shield, almost as low as the Banshee itself, and goes pretty easily into the elbow like that, and sits there no problem. Also, no particular weight issues. It does hinder a little bit, but nothing terrible. And then you would get, this isn't shown on the manual, but you can build it. All the pieces are there. You get the usual unicorn shield, which is pretty nice. And I like this because you can have one shield on the forearm and one stored on the back. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Yeah, that's it really for the accessories. Let me get a kit to do some comparison. We'll start off with a tall one, which is the 144 high grade Universal Century Gian. And don't be fooled, this is a pretty tall model kit, and I will prove it bringing in average size 1:144 kit, namely a GN Type D. And you can see, let me get rid of the GN, the Banshee Norn is truly a beast, both in height and in width. So yeah, that's it. Oh, also I forgot there is a moving handle right here, in case that wasn't enough. So, about the Banshee, do you want to buy this? I'd say yes. It's a pretty awesome model kit, and actually it is one of my favorite model kits so far. So I would definitely recommend it. It has its flaws though. These 2 flaps don't move. Would be nice if they moved. I think the unicorn mode, the shield could move them. But hey, no beam sabers at all, and those would really have been nice. I mean, it's not like he can't use them, because even though he's holding the rifle, he can always pull up the little tonfa on his arm and use it. So yeah, that's kinda a letdown for me. I would have wanted beam sabers. Articulation, you can call it a bit lacking, but to me it's not disturbing whatsoever. You can still pull off some pretty awesome poses with this guy's phenomenal accessories. Then the last thing, open hands. This kit lacks open hands. I think the unicorn mode came with a set of 2 open hands. This one doesn't. This has no open hands whatsoever, and it would have been pretty nice, you know, maybe to replicate the final pose when he is like that. Well, without the magnum. When he is like that, protecting the thing from the laser. That would have been really nice to recreate with 2 open hands, but unfortunately we don't get any. And I am a big fan of open hands, so you can understand why I am. This is a bit of a letdown to me, but hey, most of the time you won't notice it. The Big Magnum is a pretty fine weapon, so you might want to keep it in hand most of the time. So I would say that's it for the Banshee. Yeah, I say that's it. I will definitely recommend it. It is a bit expensive, but I think you get what you pay for. It is totally worth it. So yeah, go for it, guys. This is awesome. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this review. This was Scar from nothing. I was still used to say Scar from Meteor Network, but this is just Scar, and I will see you at the next review. Bye.